Now to go to YouTube.
Yeah, make sure that we're live and stuff.
Let me go over there.
I have to post on social about this.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Yes.
Streaming my podcast about
Doing the thing.
hot.
Oh, wait, are we live?
Yes.
Oh, we are. Okay, cool. Let me pull up the comments. Chat. Where is it? About chat. There it is. There we go. Did you ever figure out your font situation?
My font situation?
Yeah, the chat font.
No, I still can't get it. It's so small. It's so small.
It's mine.
Okay, so it's YouTube.
Yep.
.com/
BLHQ podcast.
It's like at BLHQ podcast.
At BLHQ podcast. Yeah, it is the at symbol. I forgot that they have the at symbol thing.
And I'm gonna tag our podcast itself. BLHQ. Done.
Cool.
Boop. Tweeted.
Yay.
Okay.
Oh man, my cold. I've been like blowing my nose all week.
Bro, samesies. I am getting over my cold.
COVID.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, yeah, that's it. I had COVID, you guys. It was very subtle, at least.
Yeah. Hello, Tangurius. Welcome.
Ooh, people are already joining in.
First in chat.
Thank you. Thankies.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, so I'm gonna retweet the tweet into our thingy. Okay, cool. I am ready.
Okay.
Ready to talk about gay Chinese wizards.
Hello.
Boop, boop, boop. I can't get that word out of my head. Like every time I'm like, I want to talk about BL, instead of saying BL, I just say, I want to talk about gay Chinese wizards. Like I never say the word danmei.
Danmei? It's been erased from your vocabulary.
No, yeah, it's just hot.
By hot Chinese wizards.
Yep, hot Chinese wizards.
Yeah.
Tangurius has a reputation to uphold. I appreciate it. I appreciate
always
it.
first in stream, first in chat.
Aww.
Always the first.
Nice.
Very excited.
This is my first day back streaming since last week.
Me too. I had to skip my stream yesterday as I had family coming over, so I was like, I need to clean the house.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We were supposed to hang out when you were here, but
I know we were supposed to. It wouldn't have mattered because I was so exhausted.
Yeah.
From the stuff, from family stuff. So I had no time anyway. Because Martin asked too. He was like, "You want to hang out?" And I was like, "I will get back to you on that."
Yeah. Yep. Oh well, but here we are. Here we are.
Well, I'll come see you next year.
Yeah. Okay, so let me open up the doc for episode 32. Oh my god. 32 episodes, you guys.
Episode 32.
That's nuts.
Crazy. I think I caught all the initial names, but I might have missed some.
Okay. Okie dokie. Guess what I have to do, and I have to make sure I do every single time now.
The turn on the recording?
Turn on the recording, because last time we fucked it up.
Fun fact, you guys, we literally recorded last week's episode all over again right before stream.
Yep. 3 out of the 4 chapters recorded last week. We had to re-record because I couldn't parse the sound properly. By the way, how is Jenny's volume?
Yeah, so apparently my audio on the, for the stream on the YouTube is low compared to Stella's. So if it needs to be higher, please let me know in the chat so I can adjust my microphone so y'all can hear both of us at the same volume.
It's kind of important.
Yeah, we want to be heard. But yeah, let me know if it needs to be upped or not. Currently at 2.5, so we'll see.
What is it usually? What is it supposed?
2? It was at 2 last time.
Okay.
But I don't know.
All right, let's see if anyone
Hello, Mobu. Hello, Anthony. Welcome in. Yes, don't forget to thumbs up the little live stream if you're
Yay.
watching. Don't forget to add a thumbs up.
Yay.
Good call.
Okay, no one has commented about the sound,
No,
so we're just gonna
I think
assume that it's fine.
The audio is fine.
I'm gonna
Did you
start recording. I'm starting it right now.
Okay, I'm gonna this is gonna become a thing now. We have to like remind each other like to start recording.
Yep. Okay, so here we go, guys. We're on episode 32 of Heaven Official Blessing BLHQ. Like we're not even like we're like maybe 3/5, 3/4 through the book.
I feel
not
like
even.
We are about.
Not
like
even
a little
3/4.
past half. We're a little bit past half.
Holy
like
shit!
in the middle of book 3 or something, right?
Holy shit! Let's like. It's yeah.
Wait,
it's gonna be crazy.
said to increase my volume a little. I'm at 3.
Yeah.
This is 3. This is 3.
Chat. What do you think?
I can go up to 5, but I feel like that's
go
a
up to 11. Well, you're not.
I wish I could. I can't. There's only 5 slots.
So you're not clipping, which is good. Yeah.
Okay.
You sound great.
Okay, great. Okay. Should we just start?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Welcome to BLHQ.
I'm Stella Chu.
And I'm Jenny Belly. This is our weekly podcast breaking down the danmei web novel, Heaven Official's Blessing, written by MXTX. We deep dive a few chapters at a time and discuss themes, cultural backgrounds, and our overall reactions. Spoilers abound and screaming will be had, so you have been warned.
We're now up to episode 32 and a recap of last week. Xie Lian, Hua Cheng, Pei Ming, Ban Yue, Pei Su, and Ling Wen are saved from being crushed by 2 mountains when Yin Yu appears from the ground with the Earth Master shovel. It's a lot of people on screen right now.
Yes.
Hua Cheng reveals that Blackwater abandoned the shovel in the ghost realm, so he took it. Using the shovel, the group digs themselves into the stomach of one of the mountains surrounding Mount Tonglu. Unfortunately, the walls of the caves are sentient and the group gets separated, with Xie Lian and Hua Cheng together. Hua Cheng offers a red string to tie around Xie Lian's finger so that they don't lose each other. Through Hua Chen's butterfly, they see Quan YiZhen stuck halfway through the cave wall with Yin Yu approaching him. In a very stepbrother situation. Oh my god, I'm stuck.
Well, you were talking about Quan YiZhen's situation, yeah. I was talking about Yin Yu. Yeah, Quan YiZhen is like literally, but instead of his ass hanging out, it's his like torso. Okay, not his butt. And Yin Yu is approaching him very ominously.
Just waiting for the fan fiction to come out. If you guys have any fan fiction recommendations.
Did I tell you last week about the fanfiction where Xie Lian is stuck in a hole in Puchi Shrine?
Yeah.
I don't know if I sent that to you or not.
Send it to me, but yeah, I love when people are stuck in things. Like there's one for Scum Villain that's pretty good too. Yeah, so
like it just became a meme. I love when there's like fanfics of memes. Like it's just so funny.
Please. Yes.
Okay, so that brings us into chapter 159. This jade refuses to be a thrown away brick. Yin Yu approaches Quan YiZhen, who finally wakes up. Yin Yu quickly puts on his ghost mask so that his face isn't visible, and at the same time, the mountain swallows more of Quan YiZhen's body. Quan YiZhen tries to use his arms to attack the walls, but it's useless, and he just sinks deeper until only his head is left out. At that moment, Quan YiZhen finally notices that Yin Yu is there, and he demands, "Who are you?" Yin Yu says nothing and stares back with cold, sharp eyes. Quan YiZhen is unaware of the cold gaze and says straightforwardly, "Is that a shovel in your hand? Help dig me out of this wall. I want to come out." Quan YiZhen has always talked this way, fearless and unconcerned of the consequences, like a child. What if Yin Yu was trying to kill him? Shouldn't he be more suspicious that a stranger suddenly appeared?
But it's his friend. It's his friend from forever.
He doesn't know that.
In fact, Yin Yu slowly approaches Quan YiZhen with a tight grip on his shovel. Xie Lian can't help but think that the scene looks like a murderer about to commit a crime. He grows anxious and says, "Wait, why does it look like he wants to gouge out Qing Yi's head with a shovel?" Hua Cheng replies, "He just might." Xie Lian is speechless. Hua Cheng adds that it would be bad if Quan YiZhen gets swallowed by the mountain, though, because the mountain's power will grow if it eats a heavenly official. So we can't have him die for the moment. Xie Lian asks if Yin Yu actually wants to kill Quan YiZhen and if he harbors a deep grudge. He thinks that since Quan YiZhen has been searching for Yin Yu to clear his name, perhaps their relationship is better than what is rumored.
And just as a reminder, in case you forgot, Yin Yu and Quan YiZhen are in one part of the mountain, and Xie Lian and Hua Cheng are in another part. And the only reason they can see what's going on is because Hua Cheng has like butterfly spies, and Hua Cheng put his forehead against Xie Lian's forehead so that they can both use their right eyes to see what the butterfly sees.
That's
magic.
pretty cool. Wait, Jenny, can you just like lean forward really quick? Lean forward. Okay, lean towards your mic.
Why?
Lean towards your mic. Lean towards your mic.
This is my mic. I'm leaning towards it.
Keep going past your mic. Go behind your mic. The other way. The other way. The other way. Now keep going. Okay, keep going.
Why?
Yeah. Keep going.
Why?
No, I'm telling. Okay. Oh no, too far. Okay. Oh, 2 inches. 3 inches.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to communicate with. Oh, there we go. Our foreheads are touching now.
Are we touching foreheads? Are we touching foreheads?
Now we're communicating. Now you can see what I see.
Right now?
Yes. This is my fan fiction.
Oh my god.
Okay.
What the fuck? Okay. I'm glad that we did that.
Me too.
I'm glad that we touched forehead. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Okay. But anyways, yeah, they're separated.
Stupid.
and they're spying on them. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, where are we? However, Hua Cheng replies that though there is no deep grudge, one does not have to have a deep grudge to want to kill someone. The desire to kill can come from small matters that you yourself don't even notice. Before Xie Lian can ask more, the scene from the butterfly suddenly changes. Hold on, sorry. Okay. The scene from the butterfly suddenly changes. Instead of Quan YiZhen and Yin Yu, he sees a group of cultivators on the road, surrounding a small child who is crouched down and covered in blood. A normal child would be crying and scared, but this child, who looks 10 years old with curly hair, is not scared at all. Instead, he looks excited, like he's itching to fight back. But just then, a young cultivator pushes through the crowd and says, "Let it go. Stop yelling. He should know why he's wrong by now."
The young cultivator is Yin Yu in the past. His present appearance is boring and forgettable, but his appearance in the past is bright, with a spirited face and straight back. Xie Lian thinks that they almost look like two completely different people. Xie Lian asks if Hua Chen's right eye can see into the past. Hua Chen replies, "It's not my eye that can see it. It's something else I did. I'm only borrowing it for viewing, that's all." Xie Lian is amazed and says that he's incredible. Hua Cheng replies that it's nothing, but when picking a subordinate, one must do a thorough background check. If Xie Lian finds himself needing to search somebody's background, he should ask Hua Cheng any time. This is a nice setup for like a mafia fanfic or something.
I was
just
thinking that.
Hua Cheng and his
so
spies. You know, he's CCTV. He can watch everything that's going on with everybody. He's got records on everybody.
He knows, yeah, like he can literally go into your past and like see everything from your own perspective. So that's fucking dope.
Mm-hmm.
And this is such a cool like additional power that they just introduced. Like Hua Cheng is really powerful and he has a lot of like secrets, and they just like introduce more of his abilities, which I think is really cool.
It's nice to see that this isn't about people powering up or leveling up over time. It's people who are already at the end game, if not past the end game. Yeah.
They already know. They already have their skill sets, and just like how are they using their powers?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, back in the scene, another cultivator named Jun Wu argues with Yin Yu that the child doesn't know he was wrong at all. The cultivators were training when the child suddenly threw rocks and mud at them. Yin Yu argues back that the child already got disciplined and beaten up. What more is there to do? Jun Wu spits on the ground and says, "I'm telling you, this brat is mental. He's not normal. Look at him, looking so happy when people are beating him up. I think he wants to go another round." Yin Yu replies that since the child is mental, why bother with him further? It's easy to see that Yin Yu's word has weight in the sect, since the other cultivators listen to him and disperse, even though they're still upset.
Yin Yu crouches down next to the child, but before he can say anything, the child scoops up a pile of mud and throws it into Yin Yu's face with a grin. Yin Yu is speechless, but calmly wipes himself clean and asks the child why he's so mischievous. The child jumps up and goes into a fighting stance. Come at me! Yin Yu notices that the fighting stance is the same from their sect. He asks who taught him. The child ignores him and tries to fight again, picking up more rocks and mud. Yin Yu doesn't want to attack, so only dodges instead. He says, this fighting stance can only come from our sect. Did you climb the walls and peek to learn the secret every day? Stop hitting me. I said stop hitting me. I didn't even hit you. Do you really like to fight so much?
Oh my god. Baby Quan YiZhen is too funny. Oh my god. All he cares
It's really
about is
cute.
fighting.
That is so cute.
Unexpectedly, at these words, the child stops moving and nods. I like it. He says it so seriously that both Xie Lian and Yin Yu are stunned. This child is obviously a young Quan YiZhen. Xie Lian comments that Quan YiZhen is a martial arts fanatic. He was born to be a martial god. Xie Lian can relate. Surely one must be a fanatic towards something before one is godly at it. Yin Yu laughs until another ball of mud is thrown at his face. He calls out, "Hey, I said stop hitting me. Listen to me. How about, do you want to enter our sect and learn how to fight?" Hearing this, Quan YiZhen stops moving. But Xie Lian doesn't know what happens next because at that moment he hears a clunk, and the next thing he sees is Yin Yu stabbing the Earthmaster shovel into the wall.
Oh, yeah. He was busy watching his videotapes.
Yeah.
And then,
That's the
forgets
present.
there's stuff happening. The shovel brushes past Quan YiZhen's face, extremely sharp and deadly. Xie Lian is alarmed, but Hua Cheng assures him, just watch. He said he certainly does have the intention, but his killing intent isn't that strong yet. Quan YiZhen asks confusedly, you want to kill me? Have I done something wrong? Xie Lian is also curious. Did he do something? Hua Cheng replies, it's difficult to say. Gaga, watch for yourself. At that, the scene Xie Lian sees changes again, and now there's a large cultivation hall with Yin Yu sitting at a desk, a few years older. Next to him, a crowd of trainees are complaining about Quan YiZhen. It looks like no one likes him or gets along with him.
The group of trainees say that Quan YiZhen eats too savagely, with rice flying everywhere and eating 3 times more than the others, hogging the rice bucket. He's also too cranky and aggressive in the morning. No one wants to share a room with him. And during studies, he doesn't cooperate with his group and only cares to show off, so no one wants to be in the same group as him. Yin Yu is overwhelmed with all the complaints and promises that he'll take a look first, then decide the best course of action. Hold on, let me read that again. Yin Yu is overwhelmed with the complaints and promises that he'll take a look first and then decide the best course of action. The trainees that complains the most is Jun Wu, and he's unsatisfied with this response. He blames Yin Yu for allowing Quan YiZhen into the sect and that Quan YiZhen has caused trouble every day since he joined. Yin Yu tries to pacify the crowd, saying, it's not like the things he does were that bad.
Jian Yu explodes. Not that bad. He's killed our peace and quiet, so how can we cultivate in peace? Yin Yu replies, YiZhen didn't mean anything malicious. He's just too ignorant of the ways of the world and didn't know how to get along with others. That sentence will bite him in the butt later. Jiang Yu replies that ignorance isn't an excuse. Can't Quan YiZhen learn to be better? How old is he to still act like a child? Not to mention Yin Yu is clearly showing favoritism, allowing Quan YiZhen to have the best training hall, the best medicines, and even allowing him to skip lessons and have lighter punishments than others. The disciples shout out, what's so good about him? Yin Yu Shishong, you're the eldest disciple. If you act like that, then we'd all let it go. We have nothing to say. But who the hell is he? No education, no manners. So what if he's talented? None of us will accept him. Let me try that again. None of us will accept him.
Yin Yu quietly thinks for a moment, but instead of exploding with anger, he calmly replies, Chidi, I think what you are all saying isn't right. The crowd is taken aback. Yin Yu explains that, though it is unpleasant to hear, talent does make a difference. Not only is Quan YiZhen talented, he's willing to work hard. The others should be working harder to keep up with him and overtake him if they also want to use the best training halls and receive the best medicines. If they have time to be angry, then they have time to train more. Hearing this, the group grows sullen and Jun Yu warns him. Yin Yu, you speak for him today, but be careful of him screwing you over in the future. With nothing further to say, the group leaves. Yin Yu is about to close the doors and windows when he notices that Quan YiZhen is sitting on the windowsill. Yin Yu pulls him inside and says, "When did you come?" But Quan YiZhen suddenly asks, "Shishong, am I annoying?" Oh,
I
everyone hates it.
I really like their dynamic
I
though.
know, me too. Oh my
Yeah.
God. I think I mentioned last time that they remind me a lot of like Lo Binghe and Shen Zhou
Yeah,
when they were
but
like, younger.
I like, but I feel like Yin Yu has like no backbone. You know,
Yeah.
he's a guy who's a
He
little
lets
more
things go a
cowardly.
lot.
He'd rather
Yeah.
be pacifistic as well as like less domineering in a way. Like he's
Yeah,
just like, guys, let's just go the easier path, you know?
Yeah, he's always like, they like, it's the, so the author notes that he has a lot of pull because everyone listens to him. And he's like the number one disciple and stuff. So he is strong. Like he was strong enough to become a god, but his personality is very like mellow, I guess. But and then Yin Yu is like, he's just naturally talented, and everyone doesn't like how talented he is because they're all jealous.
Yep.
So
And also he just
Yeah.
doesn't get along with anybody. He's a wild
no,
child.
he is. He's just a fucking crazy
Gremlin. He's a little feral child.
gremlin child.
Aww. All right, let's take a look at chat. Hi, guys. Hello.
Hey, hello everybody.
For everyone who just entered, we recorded chapter 159 of Heaven Official's Blessing. How many chapters are there total in the whole book? It's like 300?
350 something.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if that includes the extras. I think there's another like 20 no, maybe less, like 10 chapters of extras.
Woo.
We're halfway there.
Wow, literally. God damn. God damn. Let's see. Let me scroll to where everyone's talking. Oh, God, this font is so small.
Oh gosh.
Hello, Michael Lee. Welcome. Thanks for
Hello,
joining.
Michael.
The font is so small. You read it.
Oh, okay. Tanguria says that's a useful power, like being able to see into people's backgrounds. Very, very useful. I imagine this kid just going ham. Like, literally, this kid, all he wants to do is fight and
Yeah.
beat
He has
people up.
no other hobbies. He just wants to fight
Yeah.
people.
Talent is a good head start, but it's not the only thing that matters. Yes, you have to work hard, not just be talented.
Yeah, talent like pulls you ahead of everyone else, gives you an easier time, but doesn't mean you can't.
Yeah, it doesn't, it's
Like-
not an automatic
Yeah,
success.
you still have to work hard.
Yes, absolutely. Nero-kun says hello, welcome in.
Hello, welcome. Gremlin
Carjo
child.
Also, hello. Yes, finally got the audio. Okay, I guess the audio was good.
Yay.
So, yay, cool.
Hooray. Okay.
Alright, we will see you in next chapter in chat.
All right, so let's see. Now we're on chapter 160. This jade refuses to be a thrown away brick. Yin Yu realizes that Quan YiZhen overheard everything. He says with a complicated expression, "You're not that bad, I guess." Any normal person would have realized that those words were forced out, but Quan YiZhen takes them for face value and says, "Oh," and smiles. Yin Yu encourages him, "You don't need to mind them. You didn't do anything wrong, really. It's good like this. Wait, it's good like this too." Oh my god, friggin' translation. Yeah, it's good like this too. Oh my god.
Like he's always trying to make Quan YiZhen feel happy and like he's just being like he's like a big older brother like wanting to take care of his younger brother.
This is literally mice and men situation. Like because I mean I mentioned it before with other characters, but this I think is definitely mice and men. Yeah, because in mice and men the main guy is a normal guy, but he takes care of his like younger brother who is very mentally disabled. Like there's situations where he like pets something too hard and kills it because he was like, "Oh, it's so cute," and it dies,
He just
right?
aggressively petted too hard.
Yeah, so this is that kind of relationship where the older brother is trying to like protect the younger brother, but
Yeah.
a lot of
He
situations
feels
happen.
like he doesn't know any better, so he's always like babying him and just like letting things go.
It's obvious that the other trainees aren't actually annoyed by his eating habits or sleeping habits. It's just that they're jealous of him and his talents. They're jealous that Quan YiZhen entered late but received the most. Yin Yu tells him not to dwell on it any longer, so Quan YiZhen leaps back out the window to go train.
I love how Quan YiZhen is just like, if anyone tells him like, no one's mad at you, he'll just be like, oh, okay, yeah, I believe you. He's not worried about anything. Xie Lian tells Hua Cheng that Yin Yu is such a rare character with a great personality. How come he wants to kill Quan YiZhen now? Hua Cheng says that the issue happened after Yin Yu ascended. Now, Xie Lian is shown a great hall in the heavens, with Yin Yu sitting at the center and Jun Wu and Quan YiZhen standing guard behind him. It's the day of Yin Yu's ascension, and the other gods are visiting to greet him and bring gifts. Xie Lian wonders how Hua Cheng was able to see the scenes of the heavenly realm, and Hua Cheng points out that Blackwater was spying for him at this time. Can Xie Lian guess which god is him? Xie Lian points out a few gods dressed in black and quietly standing in the back, but Hua Cheng says that neither of those are Blackwater.
Just then, someone announces the Windmaster's entrance, and Chen Qingqiu strolls in with his Windmaster fan, full of bright energy. He tosses his gift box aside and greets Yin Yu. Congratulations to the Palace of Yin Yu for its grand opening. I've come late. I've come late. Give me wine as punishment. Ha 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 ha. Hua Cheng points to the figure behind Xi Qingxuan, a low-level heavenly official who is responsible for receiving the guests' gifts. He does his duties with a fervent smile, and Xi Qingxuan even tosses him a small pearl as a tip. The heavenly official catches the pearl with both hands and thanks Xi Qingxuan profusely, looking like a servant. Xie Lian can't believe that this is Blackwater. This man with such a bright smile.
Hua Cheng confirms that the servant man is Blackwater. His smile is just fake. Blackwater has over 50 clones stationed throughout the heavens, each one with a different identity so that he can monitor all the officials in court. It's impossible to be a good spy with just the Earthmaster identity. Xie Lian is in awe of Blackwater's acting abilities and power. All of a sudden, a sharp voice shouts, "Your Highness Yin Yu, you better give us a good explanation today for your Shidi." Everyone stops talking and looks towards the voice. It is a group outside being barred from entering the palace, but they continue to shout, "Are you not going to discipline your own Shidi Quan YiZhen who beat up heavenly officials of higher ranks?"
That's such an embarrassing statement for you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know! He got beat up by a fucking low-level official, the fuck?
Sorry, you sucked, bruh.
But they came to complain, so.
Yeah. Yin Yu's face grows serious and he asks Quan YiZhen if he picked a fight with someone. Quan YiZhen says, yeah. Jan Yu grows angry. You again, you stinking brat. Xi Jinchuan likes to butt into situations, so he speaks up. What's going on? What's going on? Today is the palace grand opening, so why can't this wait? The mob angrily replies that they didn't know it was the palace opening day, but Quan YiZhen did not choose a day to pick a fight, so why should they choose a day to get revenge? Yin Yu stands and says, I understand. However, it's not a good time right now. Can we talk afterwards? The mob accuses him that he better not cover up this incident. Nothing has been investigated, but there's already talk of a cover-up, intending to harass and embarrass Yin Yu. Xi Zhichuan is about to respond, but Quan YiZhen jumps down and shouts, "Are you leaving or not?"
The mob believes that Quan YiZhen won't dare to cause a scene, so they provoke him, saying, "Why? You gonna fight if we don't go? All the fellow heavenly colleagues are watching." But Quan YiZhen is not normal, and he immediately raises his fist and dashes outside, beating the entire mob up. Everyone inside the palace is shocked until Ling Wen shouts out, "Guards, go stop him, they're going to die!" Yin Yu is also dumbfounded and hurries outside, saying, "Stop this instant!" But the mob shouts out, "Think your palace of Yin Yu is all that? Good, very good. Shishang and Shidi are ganging up to bully people."
Wow. Wow, that's so messed up.
These officials suck.
Wow, heaven really needed to be turned over because Wow.
Yeah, they all everyone sucks. Oh
Heaven
my god.
sucks. Fuck that
Yeah.
place. Rather go be a ghost. I'd rather
They're
hang
so
out with
full of they're so their
Chirong.
heads are so up their ass and they think they're so much better than everybody else. Like,
Yo, for real. And they're just like all about like bureaucracy and
yeah.
like
And like ranking
in
and like
face. That's
yeah,
so annoying. Yeah, I'd rather be a
yeah.
ghost.
Be a ghost. Everyone's equally stupid.
Later that night, Jiang Yu angrily tells Yin Yu, "You're a perfectly good grand opening ceremony is completely ruined by that stinking brat." Xie Lian can sympathize. Though he himself doesn't care about opening ceremonies, all the other heavenly officials think it's significant. For the day to be ruined for the day to be so ruined like this, it's like an emperor's crowning ceremony to get ruined. But Yin Yu sighs and says, "Let it go. Probably the others provoked Quan YiZhen first. He didn't cause trouble. It was the mob who came to pick fights, so there's nothing anyone can do." Quan YiZhen is not the type of person to take a beating without fighting back. Other people may endure harassment, but Quan YiZhen doesn't. That's probably what led to the fight.
Jun Yu still criticizes Quan YiZhen, saying that this is the heavenly court, not the mortal realm. Is it so hard to put your head down and stay low profile? Now the entire palace has lost face, and so many heavenly officials witnessed that embarrassing incident. It doesn't matter who started or who is innocent. Once the rumors start, they'll say the palace of Yin Yu beats people up in broad daylight. It doesn't matter if you're wrong or right. The moment you raise your fist, everyone will go against you. Quan YiZhen doesn't understand this and only knows how to cause trouble. After this angry speech, Jun Yu storms out, leaving Yin Yu alone with a heavy heart with worry.
I just wrote this down. I was just thinking about Yin Yu wearing a t-shirt that says, "Don't bully me, I'll apologize." Quan YiZhen will wear a shirt that says, "Don't bully me, I'll fucking fight you."
Literally, that is what happened.
Yeah.
That is the situation right now.
Yeah.
Like, you bully me, I'll beat you the fuck up. Come at me, bro.
Yeah. A moment later, Yin Yu notices Quan YiZhen sitting at the windowsill. He jumps in surprise and says, "Why are you perching here again? When did you come? What's with this habit?" Quan YiZhen just responds, "They cussed at me first." After a moment, Yin Yu confronts him. "YiZhen, don't take what..." Comforts him. Whoops. After a moment, Yin Yu comforts him. "YiZhen, don't take what Jiang Yu said to heart." Quan YiZhen continues to explain his side, and the group had cussed at him first, calling him a low-ranking heavenly official and laughing at him. Quan YiZhen told him to apologize, but they didn't, so he beat them up. Xie Lian remembers that in the past, the heavenly officials of the upper court used to throw their ranks around and bully the lower court. This is one of the reasons they changed the names from lower court to middle court.
Yes, so in the past, they had the upper court and the lower court. But since the lower court has sort of like the implication of just like servitude, they got bullied. And so they literally changed the name of lower court to middle court. And there is no lower court, even though there is a middle court, just so that people would stop bullying each other.
Damn.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah. It's like hazing in like rats and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seniority and superiority, that kind of
Exactly.
bullshit.
Yeah, definite bullshit. Quan YiZhen tells Yin Yu that he doesn't like it here. Everyone thinks he's annoying, even though they're the ones more annoying. In the mortal realm, he could at least train all day, but up here, he has to waste time greeting and visiting people who shame and hit him for no good reason, and he can't even fight back. He says, "This is no heaven. I don't like it here." Yin Yu sighs and admits that he doesn't like it here either, but he still wants to stay. Quan YiZhen asks why. Yin Yu doesn't know how to explain it to him, and he smiles sadly. How can he explain that ascending is a dream end goal for everyone who cultivates, and how difficult it is for someone his age to achieve ascension? Yin Yu says, "This is because ascension is really hard. Since it didn't come easily and we've made it here, then I want to try and do better."
Quan YiZhen replies, "What's so great about ascension? Who cares if one ascends?" Yin Yu finds him both exacerbating and funny, replying, "What do you mean, what's so great about it? Why don't you give it a try then?" Xie Lian comments, "People really shouldn't joke lightly." Hua Cheng replies, "Indeed. Half a year later, when Quan YiZhen actually ascended, he won't find it so funny anymore." Hua Cheng changes the scene, and this time it's Mid-Autumn Banquet Festival. Xie Lian looks around, trying to find Blackwater in disguise. Everyone is drinking and playing games, but one person is busy stuffing his face with a giant bowl of food. It's He Xuan in the Earthmaster disguise.
He's always eating food. Yin Yu and Jun Wu are sitting together. Jun Wu whispers, "Thank goodness that brat didn't come." Yin Yu whispers back that he should watch his words. Now that Quan YiZhen has ascended, it wouldn't be good if others heard him talking badly of him. Jun Wu replies, "Who cares if he ascended? He won't get any smarter. He won't get any smarter no matter He won't get any smarter no matter how many more people worship him." Just then, a group of new heavenly officials come by to say their greetings. Yin Yu is introduced as the martial god of the West. Immediately, the new god becomes enthusiastic, toasting Yin Yu and showering him with praises. He says, "I've truly admired you for a long time. I've long heard your highness Qing of the West is young and capable, and after only ascending for a few years, you've already deeply rooted in the heart of devotees. You've even made it to the top 10 in this year's Mid-Autumn Battle of the Lanterns. You are truly the hero of the West. Your status immovable, your future endlessly bright. Endlessly bright."
This is embarrassing because Yin Yu isn't that god of the West. That's technically Quan YiZhen. Yin Yu doesn't know how to correct this heavenly official without embarrassing either of them. So he's forced to accept the toast and continue listening to even more praises for Quan YiZhen. The air grows awkward, but Yin Yu laughs, trying to salvage the situation. The gods nearby, who know Yin Yu and have overheard, are laughing loudly about the misunderstanding. On the side, Jiang Yu's face grows blue with rage. Eventually, Yin Yu clears his throat and speaks up, about to clear up the misunderstanding when somebody shouts out, "Qing Yi is here!"
Oh no, Yin Yu, please. I feel so bad for him.
Oof. Yeah. Yeah, super awkward.
So awkward.
But I like this relationship dynamic because it's just so, it's rare to see something like this, you know? Somebody whose kind of like personality is so weak compared to other BL characters out there who are always very set in their ways. Their personalities are very strong. They won't be like changed by the wind. You know, he's very easily just swayed by
he's just very, like,
everyone.
"It's fine, I'll go with whatever y'all like. I'm just here to chill, man."
Yeah, or like, I'm just gonna kind of follow whatever's the correct way and vibe.
Yeah.
And if they change their mind, then I'll change my mind.
Yeah.
It's kind of messed up.
I don't know. He's a really interesting character because like when people complain to him about Quan YiZhen, he still like defended Quan YiZhen, and he made a lot of good points. Like, just because you work really, like, he's really talented, so he deserves the best thing. Like, he deserves the best medicine, he deserves the best training halls, and like, if you all have time to be complaining, why don't you like work hard too?
Yeah.
So he's not like a complete pushover. Like, he knows what is the right thing, but he's also like really not mean or strict. Like, he's like a really gentle teacher, kind of. You know?
Yeah. It's like when you have a friend who's just watching from the sidelines and never ever like jumps into the fight while the other friend is always standing up for themselves. Yeah. You're just like, you're on the side being like,
let's
I don't want to be part of this Facebook fight.
Yeah.
Pretty much. All right. What is chat saying?
Oh, when you lose that chance of correcting something, it gets more and more awkward. That is exactly what happened here. It's like that boat has sailed, you can't correct him, and they just keep throwing praises at you, and you're like, "I am the wrong person. You have mistaken me for somebody else."
Super awkward. Yeah. Time for a ghost party. Like, seriously, sounds like a better deal. Seriously, like, I'm thinking about it now. Like, when you cultivate and you ascend, you know, you work hard your whole life to become a high level cultivator, and then it gets converted into spiritual like ability, but their spiritual ability is controlled by the people, and as long as the people believe in you and continue to give you merits, then you can continue to like stay alive. Whereas if you're a ghost, you just have to suffer real fucking hard for your entire life.
Resentment. Like, as long as you're angry at something, you can live.
Yeah, you have to die absolutely horribly, like the worst of the worst. The worse that you die, the better your chances are in the afterlife, the stronger you're gonna get. And then you literally have to spend all of your time killing other ghosts or eating them so that you can be stronger and or live. Yeah. Well, I don't think Hua Cheng eats, right? He just
No, he got his power through Mount Tonglu.
but yeah, also he just like is feeding off of his devotion to Xie Lian, whereas like He Xuan needs to constantly eat food to like be alive because he.
No, he doesn't eat food because he wants to live. It's a secondary condition from how he died, like how he he just is always starving.
Okay.
He just is always starving. Like that's his status quo.
Oh, okay. So it's not like to perpetuate his abilities.
No. He's
cool.
just starving.
He's just hungry.
He died hungry.
Wow, that sucks, man. Wow, that really does suck.
It really sucks.
Just he's always empty. Oh my god, He Xuan.
I know, his life sucks. His life sucks. Like his fiance got taken away. His sister got taken away. His mother died. Like everything got taken away from him. And then, like right before he dies, he sees his murderer.
Oh my god!
To that revenge.
Anya Samishi. That's how I feel right now. Okay.
So fucked up.
Oh, okay.
He Xuan, please. Why must you suffer so much?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
Okay.
So that brings us into chapter 161. The heavenly officials look to Yin Yu in surprise. You're not His Highness Qi Ying? The others laugh loudly and explain, "You've got the wrong person, my brother. Did you forget there are two martial gods ruling the West? One is Yin Yu and the other is Qi Ying. They're Shishong and Shidi of the same sect. The one in front of you is His Highness Yin Yu." The heavenly official quickly says, Oh, I've gotten the wrong person. How embarrassing. I'm too ignorant of this world and I've only heard more about Qi Ying. Yin Yu closes his eyes, looking too tired for words. The heavenly official realizes that what he said was hurtful and says, I'll take my leave now. Your Highness Yin Yue? Oh, no, Your Highness Yin Yu. Let's get together again sometime. Happy mid-autumn.
Ooh. Wow. Wow.
Yes, I've never heard of you before. That's why I mistook you for someone else.
Wow, it's fucked up, bro. All right.
So embarrassing.
Yeah. With that, the official raises his glass in toast and then runs off to Quan YiZhen's direction. But there is already a large crowd fighting to greet Quan YiZhen, a thick sea of people. Soon after Quan YiZhen ascended, he was at the height of popularity, unlike how he was disliked later. There are two gods of the West, but since Quan YiZhen was more popular, everyone swarmed to him instead of Yin Yu. And now, at the festival, Yin Yu feels awkward, with no one standing around him except He Xuan, who is still eating, and his junior official Jian Yu. So he suggests that he and Jian Yu head back home. The two leave their seats with no one noticing.
Oh, Yin Yu. No one cares about him. Oh, so sad. Jian Yu is upset and calls everyone shallow, since they all give Quan YiZhen the cold shoulder when he was a lower official, and now that he ascended and won top 10 of the Lantern Festival, they praise him and kiss his feet. Only idiots will worship an idiot like Quan YiZhen. Just then, Xi Qingshuan walks over with a glass of wine, and Yin Yu tells Jian Yu to be quiet. Xi Qingshuan asks, puzzled, why is Yin Yu leaving the festival? Didn't Quan YiZhen just arrive? Quan YiZhen was complaining that he hasn't seen Yin Yu in such a long time, and he even asked Xi Qingshuan about him. Why not catch up for a bit? Yin Yu forces a smile and says that he's not feeling well. Xi Qingshuan laughs cheerfully, seeing the Earth Master, and says, Then you go and rest easy, and we'll get together next time. Mingxiang, I told you not to sit there. Come over to my table.
Their relationship's developing. Oh my god.
The past was so much nicer. Okay.
Just go back. Just go back. Let's fix everything.
It's so much sadder. Like, they had to throw this flashback in after all this bullshit happened.
They did it for us, the fans, who are still crying.
It happened so recently.
They wait until Xi Qingshuan and He Xuan leave. Before Jian Yu grumbles, catch up my ass. That brat won't have much time to be so proud before the rug gets pulled underneath his feet and suffers a crushing defeat. I eagerly await that day. Yin Yu is frustrated and says, just drop it and stop being so resentful. Jian Yu complains more that if it weren't for Yin Yu covering for Quan YiZhen and begging forgiveness on his behalf, he would have been long kicked out. But he's frustrated for Yin Yu and can't watch anymore. The two of them enter their palace, which is quiet and empty, before Yin Yu finally shouts, "Don't say anymore. I don't want to hear this. He didn't do anything out of line. Since you're getting irritated just talking about him, why must you mention him?"
Jun Yu replies that the West is only so big, with only so many worshippers. Quan YiZhen has robbed Yin Yu of all his worshippers, and now Yin Yu's domain is shrinking smaller and smaller. Especially after Quan YiZhen defeated that wolf monster before Yin Yu could do it. Yin Yu replies, how is it robbing? It's not like Quan YiZhen held anyone at knife point to worship him. They did it out of their own free will. Besides, he knows he's not strong enough to kill that wolf monster, so it made sense that they prayed to Quan YiZhen instead. And it's interesting how, still at this point, Yin Yu is still defending Quan YiZhen instead of becoming bitter about it. But that will slowly change.
I mean, it always kind of stays like that when you are always like defending a person. You're trying to convince yourself that they're great, and you repeat it to yourself, and it blinds
like,
you.
Yeah, and it's like he makes a good point. Like Quan YiZhen didn't inherently do anything wrong. It's just that things are just lining up for him really well. Like he defeated this wolf monster, and then now people are worshiping him, and he became a god, and he's just really naturally talented and strong. So like, it's not like he's like a bad person. He's just really, really lucky. Jun Yu's heart aches with frustration. He is scared that if this continues, Yin Yu will have nothing left. Even all their lower officials that were in Yin Yu's palace has left to attend to Quan YiZhen instead. What a bunch of no good asshats.
Yin Yu sighs again. What fight? Why care for such a thing? Why must leave? What?
What must leave will always leave.
Oh, whoops. What must leave will always leave in the what? What must leave?
Will always leave it. Like,
let's just rewrite that. No one's gonna.
Things that leave will always leave in the end. Oh shit! Are you out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Things
say, like everything that leaves.
I'm just gonna things that leave will always leave in the end. And what should suddenly dry throat. Things that leave will always leave in the end, and what should remain will naturally stay. I didn't ascend to fight over power with anyone, nor fight over domains, so why can't you just let this go? As they say, one mountain has no room for two tigers. Even Fengshin and Muqing, who both rule the south, fight each other constantly. Yin Yu and Jian Yu... There we go. I was confused. Yin Yu and Jian Yu are still arguing when they hear a loud banging on the palace doors. It's Quan YiZhen, and Yin Yu goes to open the door to greet him. Yin Yu asks him why he's not at the festival. Quan YiZhen says bluntly, "It's my birthday." It looks like he has abandoned the festival to go look for his birthday present.
Though Yin Yu has a tradition of giving Quan YiZhen a present for his birthday since he was young, over the past few months, Yin Yu has avoided seeing him. A normal person would have noticed this and understood the other person wants distance. But Quan YiZhen is not normal and doesn't realize that anything is wrong. So here he is, knocking with full confidence, asking for a gift and making the situation more awkward, since it's obvious that Yin Yu has not prepared anything. Xie Lian is watching the scene and wants to die from secondhand embarrassment. Yin Yu coughs out a dry laugh and says in excuse, "Ah, that's right, today's your birthday. But it's been busy here in the palace recently, so..."
Quan YiZhen's eyes go wide. "There's nothing?" Yin Yu feels guilty and lies, "No, I didn't forget. It's in the back. Just wait a moment." Quan YiZhen immediately sits on the ground, nodding energetically and looking hopeful. Yin Yu runs to the side chamber where Jian Yu is sitting grimly. Yin Yu hasn't prepared anything, so he flips through drawers and shelves looking for something to gift. He asks Jian Yu to help him find something. Jian Yu throws a rag on the ground, stomps on it twice, and says hatefully, "Give this to him." Yin Yu is angry, but Jian Yu adds, "Even giving something like this is still more than what he deserves. I can't believe he's shameful. I can't believe he's shameless enough to come." Yin Yu says woefully, "You don't understand anything. In the years past, I've always gifted him something. If I don't give him anything this year, it'll seem too deliberate. Anything will do, as long as the intention's there. How about this? Go find me that golden exorcism amulet that we got last time. It's not quite appropriate, but at least something.
Armlet. Armlet?
Armlet? Amulet. Armlet.
Armlet.
Go find me that golden exorcism. Go find me that golden exorcism armlet that we got last time. It's not quite appropriate, but at least it's something.
Jun Yu goes out angrily to get the item. Yin Yu returns to the hall and tells Quan YiZhen, just wait a moment. Just wait for a moment. Things are a bit disorganized right now, so I set Jun Yu to go get your gift. By the way, what have you been up to lately? Things have been going smoothly, I presume? I heard the number of worshippers at your palace has increased fivefold these past few months. Congratulations. Quan YiZhen replies, I don't know any worshippers. I'm just doing me and they suddenly come crowding my temples for some reason. Weird. I slayed a wolf monster recently. Yin Yu's smile grows stiff. He had trouble fighting that wolf monster, but Quan YiZhen killed it so easily. It's like when you love a girl, but she ignores you completely and runs into the arms of another. But the other doesn't even care about her and comments to you that she was only average, nothing amazing. Truly a bitter feeling.
Yikes. Big yikes. Quan YiZhen asks why Yin Yu left the banquet so early. He heard that someone greeted him as the wrong person. Yin Yu's face drops, but Quan YiZhen doesn't notice and he starts laughing. It's too funny. So stupid. Xie Lian can't handle this suffocating, awkward scene anymore and buries his face in Hua Chen's arms. This is too tragic to watch. Quan YiZhen thinks it's a silly mistake and laughs, not realizing how hurt Yin Yu feels. Thankfully, Jun Yu finally comes back with a gift box before more can be said. Yin Yu hands the box to Quan YiZhen and says that he should open it when he gets home. Quan YiZhen jumps up ecstatically and says, okay, I'll head home now. I'm going out for a patrol next month. If Shishong is free, come with me. Yin Yu quietly sends him out and he doesn't have the energy to listen to him anymore.
He just keeps saying things that like stabs Yin Yu in the heart, like unintentionally.
Yep.
Sad. As soon as Quan YiZhen leaves, Jun Yu shouts out, who does he think he is? Did his mom drop him on the head hundreds of times at birth? If not, then he's here to mock you on purpose. I don't know any worshippers? Patrol? Is he trying to show off? What a malicious heart. Silently, Yin Yu goes to his room and does not respond. Xie Lian guesses that the gift box was the Brocade Immortal. Hua Cheng says that it is. Xie Lian says that means Jun Yu is responsible for the Brocade Immortal incident. So why was Yin Yu punished? Hua Cheng says that he will find out in 3 days, because 3 days later, Yin Yu is rummaging through the side chamber and sees the golden exorcism armlet. He calls Jun Yu over and asks why the armlet is here if it was gifted to Quan YiZhen.
Jun Yu humps. Gift him? He doesn't even deserve a drop of your spit. Yin Yu is exacerbated and says, you didn't actually gift him a cleaning cloth, did you? Jun Yu smiles cryptically. I didn't. I gave him something better. Yin Yu's face changes and grows serious. What? I was wondering why I couldn't find it anywhere. That robe can manipulate minds. It can suck blood. He hurries to go out, but Jun Yu grabs him. Why so anxious? That robe can manipulate minds. That's true, but you're the one who gave it to him, so no one can control him. As for the blood sucking, maybe it'll only affect mortals, but I doubt it'll do anything to heavenly officials. Look, it's been 3 days and nothing's happened to him.
Yin Yu is still worried, so he runs out of the palace ignoring Jun Yu's calls to Quan YiZhen's palace. But Quan YiZhen isn't there. He finds out that Quan YiZhen is at the Great Martial Hall since all the top-ranking martial gods were summoned. Yin Yu rushes over, but he's unable to enter. He is not a top-ranking martial god, and he can't talk about this matter in public, so he waits outside for the meeting to end. Xie Lian glances inside and notices familiar faces, Feng Xin, Mu Qing, and Pei Ming, all listening intently. Quan YiZhen is also there, donned in an impressive, shining armor. Ling Wen, however, is standing next to Jun Wu, looking very distracted and making many mistakes. Jun Wu notices her distracted and chuckles. What's with you today? You keep staring at Qi Ying. Are you perhaps like me and think his new armor is quite nice?
The martial gods laugh and Ling Wen mumbles an apology, but her hand is shaking and she's sweating. Don't forget that she's the one who actually made the Brocade Immortal, so only she can see its true form. She's shocked that the bloody robe she made hundreds of years ago is suddenly in front of her. Yin Yu paces outside the wall Yin Yu paces outside the hall, agitated and jittery, until finally the meetings end and Quan YiZhen comes out. He greets Yin Yu. Shishong, why are you here? Yin Yu says, your armor. Quan YiZhen interrupts. It's great. The Emperor and Lingwen complimented it earlier. Thank you, Shishong. Yin Yu says with forced calm. It's good indeed, but the person who forged the armor said that there's a little problem and wants you to bring it over for some tweaking.
Quan YiZhen is puzzled. What problem? I don't think there's any problem. Yin Yu thinks about how to reply since it's awkward to ask for a gift back. But then Quan YiZhen says, by the way, Shishong, next month we can patrol together. Yin Yu is dumbfounded. What? I don't think my name is on the patrol list. Quan YiZhen says happily, there is. I mentioned you earlier and the Emperor said he would consider it. In that instant, Xie Lian can see all the blood rushing to Yin Yu's head. All the years of resentment and pent-up grievances finally explode at that moment and Yin Yu shouts, what's wrong with you? This is the very first time Quan YiZhen has ever seen Yin Yu angry, and he blinks, confused. A few heavenly officials stop walking and peek over at the shout.
Yin Yu hugs his head and screams, did I say I wanted to go? What's the patrol of Martial's God? What's the patrol of Martial God got to do with me? I didn't beg you, so who are you to mention me to the Emperor? Outsiders might not understand, but okay. Outsiders might not understand, but Xie Lian sympathizes. To a proud martial god, this is a great humiliation. The Patrol of Martial Gods is a ceremony that only the highest ranking martial gods can participate in. Chosen martial gods will demonstrate their might and kill monsters and demons to increase their worshippers, and also to spar with their fellow martial gods, improving their skills and relationships. It's a grand affair, and the participants require high skill and prominence, such as having 4,000 temples or ranking in the top 10. Yin Yu doesn't qualify.
Those with thick skin might not care about the gossip and be happy to participate. But Yin Yu has thin skin, and he knows he doesn't have the qualifications. He would never rely on connections to join the ceremony. Not to mention, Quan YiZhen used to depend on Yin Yu to understand the nuances of the situation. Oh shit, sorry, I missed one. Not to mention, Quan YiZhen used to depend on Yin Yu to not get kicked out of heaven. But now here he is doing Yin Yu favors. Quan YiZhen doesn't understand the nuances of the situation. He thinks he did a good deed to get Yin Yu into the ceremony. However, Yin Yu is furious, and for the first time, Quan YiZhen is too scared to speak. He mumbles out, Shishong, why are you mad? Did I do something wrong?
These words take Yin Yu past the breaking point. He keeps saying them. Not only is he ignorant of what he's done wrong, he's ignorant of why he is wrong. Xie Lian wants to beg Quan YiZhen to stop talking. Yin Yu is on the verge of a meltdown and pulls his hair. Enough. I've had enough. I'm going mad. I'm going fucking mad because of you, Quan YiZhen. Don't talk to me anymore. Go take back your recommendation. Stop adding to my troubles right now. This second. Quan YiZhen immediately turns around and enters the hall. Yin Yu blinks, but then he remembers that Quan YiZhen is wearing the Brocade Immortal and has to listen to everything Yin Yu says.
Inside the hall, the gods are watching the scene in confusion as Quan YiZhen comes running inside. Yin Yu is outside the hall and shouts, stop! Quan YiZhen stops immediately, and after a moment says, what's with me just now? Jun Wu observes him and says, Qi Ying, don't move. Come and have me take a look. I saw your eyes weren't focused just now, surrounded by the aura of evil. It seems like you've been casted an evil spell. Quan YiZhen scratches his head and moves towards Jun Wu, but Yin Yu shouts out, come back! Leave! Quan YiZhen instantly turns around and runs out the hall. Yin Yu, in his distress, runs too, looking like a criminal. Jun Wu rises to his feet and says, take them down! The martial gods all acknowledge, yes, my lord.
Yin Yu is falling deeper into despair. His mind is in disarray and he roars, leave! Leave right now! Take off your clothes! Quan YiZhen's eyes go blank and he runs while removing his armor, but a group of martial gods surround them halfway, closing into arrest. Seeing that there are people obstructing him from obeying the command, Quan YiZhen throws his fists and over 10 martial gods are punched through with a chain of holes?
Yes, like he literally punched through 10 of them and holes are in like through them. Like he punched through 10 people and they're dead.
Oh
they're
my
dead.
God.
Yeah.
Screams and blood fill the air. Ah! Murder! Murder in the upper court! Yin Yu's face, already petrified, grows pale. Ling Wen also grows pale. The Brocade Immortal is too powerful, too evil. Things are going out of control.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh.
It's going down.
Ah.
Yeah, so things are bad right now because Quan YiZhen just literally killed 10 people.
Yep, against his will.
And Yin Yu is like controlling him, and Jun Wu is very suspicious because he sees that he's being controlled for some reason.
Yeah. Bro.
And shit's really bad right now for Yin Yu.
This is why you should always talk to your friends about your feelings.
Problems. Yeah. Don't let things build up. Like literally Yin Yu has been holding on to over 10 years of resentment. It's like little tiny things, but like they all built up. And now he just exploded and shit is terrible for him right now. It's not good. And all because of like tiny little misunderstandings.
Yeah, and like I said from last episode, women always have problems like this, but men never do. Have you guys ever noticed that?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Like bros are always like, bro, we're good, right? Yeah, we're good. You're a little shit. Yeah, you fucking asshole. All right, let's go play. And whereas girls are like, I cannot believe what Stacy said about me
5 years ago.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Hold on to everything. Yeah. But I think I also wonder if Yin Yu told Quan YiZhen how he was feeling, because Quan YiZhen is so simple-minded that he doesn't like understand social situations. I don't know if he would understand that Yin Yu's feelings were hurt by his actions.
What sucks is that
he would have done anything.
They call him simple-minded, but I think he's just autistic at this point because he's not a dumb person. He doesn't lack brain cells. He just doesn't get social cues and he likes what he likes. So it's just like my repetitive thing to constantly say that like most characters in BL and danmei are neurodivergent in some kind.
Yeah. Like literally like Quan YiZhen is the type of person, like literally in an earlier scene he saw a vat of fabric dye and he was about to like drink it.
Lick it.
Didn't know what it was. So like, that's just the type of person he is. Like
he's obsessed with fighting. Yeah.
Yeah, and he saw that skeleton thing,
oh my god,
that skeleton carriage, and he's like, "Ooh, that looks fun." He like
I want to ride it.
He's like obsessed with it. Like,
yeah, sweet boy.
He's a boy.
Yeah, yeah. So chat, like kind of like Asperger's. Yes, I would say he has more of like it's more on the spectrum of like autism than it is towards like Asperger's syndrome, even though Asperger's syndrome has been completely renamed lately. But yeah, like Quan YiZhen definitely has like a more extreme, like can't read any social cues, only takes things as face value.
Like he's always asking like, did I do something wrong? Why are you mad? Like, did I do something wrong? And him constantly saying, did I do something wrong is what triggers Yin Yu the most, because he doesn't realize, like he's not self-aware enough to know like why he's causing problems for everyone else, because all he cares about is like he's only thinking about like his own stuff. Like he doesn't like empathize with other people. So.
Yeah, he absolutely doesn't empathize. He can't get through like the crazy bureaucracy of like sects and stuff, you know, not sex, sect,
S-E-C-T-S.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, why is everyone mad at me? I'm just like here to fight.
No one's ever explained to him, and when they do it like in a way that's not helpful.
Yeah. But that's their relationship, and and Yin Yu's just having a really tough time right now.
Yeah. All right, so chat says, Tangarius is asking, would it be possible for Heavenly Official to become a ghost? Because that guy sounds like he's on that path.
So he didn't become a ghost, but he did get banished. And he became a servant to a ghost, if that helps. So, yeah. Technically, Yin Yu is mortal right now because he got banished. Yes, he got exiled and shit.
But there do be that question later on in the book. Just saying. That's a very good question.
I mean, like, think of it the opposite way. Are ghosts able to become heavenly officials? Because that's also...
I mean, that's what Hua Cheng did, technically. He disguised himself.
Yeah. What else is there?
Oh, by Joso. Well, welcome to stream. We're halfway through.
Joso.
Or a little... Actually, no, we're not halfway through. Should we do one more? Yeah, one more chapter and then we're good.
Yeah, how far are we? Oh, yeah, I think we can do the last chapter because that's the last of the sect.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What a punch. Yeah, he literally punched through 10 people with one punch. Like, that is how strong Quan YiZhen is.
Yes. Yeah. Sweet boy. doesn't know he did something wrong.
He's not in ghost spirit form. He's literally so Yin Yu is literally immortal, but he works in the spirit in the ghost world, in the ghost
Realm,
what's the
city,
realm?
ghost
Yeah.
city.
Ghost city. So he himself is just a mortal being, human.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
Okay.
moving on to the next chapter.
Chapter 162. Lower ranking heavenly officials try to stop Quan YiZhen, but they get killed on the spot. Feng Xin, Pei Su, and Lan Chancho surround Quan YiZhen, ready to attack. Yin Yu cries out, "Ignore him! Don't touch him! He won't kill anymore!" Quan YiZhen is only killing people who try to stop him from fulfilling the commands. So as long as no one stops him, he won't hurt anyone. But he has already killed over 10 officials, so no one believes Yin Yu's words. Yin Yu should have ordered Quan YiZhen to drop to the ground and don't move, but he's too panicked to use his head. Instead, he runs around aimlessly until Mu Qing captures him and twists his arm, breaking it.
On the side, Pei Ming observes the situation without participating, and he wonders why Quan YiZhen's strength suddenly doubled. The martial gods try to stop him, but Quan YiZhen fights him off until he's covered in blood from head to toe. He runs towards the palace of Yin Yu. Fenshin leads the remaining martial gods inside, ordering everyone to take him down no matter what. No longer holding back, everyone uses the full extent of their powers to stop Quan YiZhen, causing the palace of Yin Yu to collapse. Yin Yu, who is restrained by Mu Qing, cries out, "Please stop fighting!" Quan YiZhen hears the orders and immediately stops moving. The other gods don't notice him stop, and all their attacks land heavily on Quan YiZhen.
Ugh, everyone's just getting beaten up. Lan Chancho's sword strikes deep into Quan YiZhen's shoulder, but Quan YiZhen doesn't move. Lan Chancho sees this and quickly shouts out, "Stop fighting! It looks like he can't move anymore." Mu Qing binds Yin Yu with the immortal binding rope and forces him down, while Quan YiZhen lies stiffly on the ground. But even after being beaten to a oh my god, so many bees. But even after being beaten to a bloody pulp, after a short moment, Quan YiZhen suddenly sits back up and looks around confused. What's going on? The martial gods all shout, mad with rage. "You're in big trouble now." Ling Wen calls for medical officials. Quan YiZhen is still confused, but he sees Yin Yu on the ground tied up, so he stands up as if to help him. But seeing Quan YiZhen's oblivious face against the smashed remains of his divine palace, Yin Yu finally snaps.
Quan YiZhen reaches out to him, says, "Shishong, what are you doing?" Yin Yu suddenly starts laughing with red-rimmed eyes and shouts, "Go die!" Hearing that, Quan YiZhen immediately grabs a sword from the ground and aims it for his own throat. The martial gods are all shocked and too slow to react, but just before blood is shed, Jun Wu suddenly appears behind Quan YiZhen and dislodges all 4 of his limbs. Then he strikes at the back of Quan YiZhen's neck, making him lose consciousness. Quan YiZhen falls to a heap in the floor, blood pooling around him. Everyone finally sighs out in relief. Who's JQ?
Oh my god. Jun Wu.
Oh, Jun Wu! Why, how is he JQ? Okay.
No, the Q and the W are next to each other.
Jun Wu turns to Yin Yu with a grim face. Wait, what did I say? Did I say Jin Yu? Let me try again.
Okay.
Jun Wu turns to Yin Yu with a grim face and asks for an explanation. Yin Yu says, "I don't know anything. I'm not involved. It's not me. It's..."
But everyone witnessed how Yin Yu ordered Quan YiZhen to go die, and how Quan YiZhen immediately followed the order. Mu Qing tells Jun Wu that Yin Yu must have cast some sort of evil spell that made him follow all his commands. No one except Ling Wen is aware of the powers of the Brocade Immortal, but Ling Wen holds her tongue. Suddenly, Zhang Yu rushes forward. He has no idea what has happened and says, "What are you all doing? What's happened to our palace of Yin Yu? How did it become like this? Who smashed it?" Jin Wu approaches Yin Yu and says, "He heeded your orders. How are you controlling him?" Although Jun Wu's voice isn't harsh, there is an air of oppressive, suffocating power, causing fear. Xie Lian is surprised he's never seen Jin Wu like this before, despite having made so many mistakes. And that's because Jin Wu always lets Xie Lian off easy and favors him, so he's never really shown him his angry side.
Oh, so messed up. Oh, hold on. Someone's running around my house.
Cat?
No, I'm like the husband. Waiting for him to stop moving. Yin Yu is too afraid to speak, so Jun Wu says, just as well, even if you won't speak, I already know. It's the armor. With that, Yin Yu is doomed. He crouches on the ground, hugging his head, as people start talking about him. Astonishing! I've never witnessed anything more inconceivable in the heavens. A heavenly official manipulating another heavenly official to have him kill without reservation? He's murdered over 10 officials, and then he'd tell him to go die? What a vile heart. Jian Yu hears this and grows pale. He shouts to Jun Wu, My lord, that armor it was me who gave it to Quan YiZhen. It has nothing to do with Yin Yu. I had only wanted to teach that brat a lesson, but I hadn't thought that it would cause such a major incident.
The medical officials have finally arrived to tend to Quan YiZhen, who is lying in a pool of his own blood. Jian Yu continues to say, I've always hated that brat, but Yin Yu has always treated him with courtesy. Many here can witness this. He didn't know anything about the armor. But it is too late. No one will believe that Yin Yu is innocent, and they say, surely if the subordinate hates Quan YiZhen, it is due to the influence of the master. And if he was innocent, why did he tell him to go die? If only Yin Yu hadn't said go die, then his other actions could have been explained. Jian Yu doesn't believe it. He says, what? Stop talking nonsense. How can Yin Yu say anything of that sort? He's always been polite and courteous with that brat. Why would he tell him to go die? Why would he tell him to go die? Yin Yu, you didn't say it, right? You didn't say something like that. You wouldn't have said it.
However, oh my god. Okay, I think they're done. Okay. However, Yin Yu stays silent and closes his eyes. The crowd says they heard it all on their own. The crowd says they heard it all with their own ears. Jian Yu says it must be some sort of misunderstanding, but the crowd says no matter the misunderstanding, there's no misunderstanding great enough for one to want to kill their own Shidi. The rumors continue. I heard ever since Quan YiZhen became a martial god, Yin Yu avoided and ignored him. So it turns out Yin Yu hated him, eh? And I saw Yin Yu was mistaken for Quan YiZhen at the Mid-Autumn Festival. I saw how dark his face got. That was awkward, but is it bad enough to want him to harm somebody? How small-minded. Jiang Yu's eyes go red and shouts, I already said he had nothing to do with this. I'm the one who committed the crime. I admit to everything. Is that not enough?
But nothing can be said to prove Yin Yu's innocence. Jian Yu's actions only show that Yin Yu has a loyal and malicious subordinate. No matter what Jian Yu says, the counter-argument is, didn't the words go die come out from his own mouth? Jun Wu orders to arrest both of them and leaves. As Yin Yu is pulled to his feet, he says with a heart-stricken voice, Let it go, Jian Yu. Don't say any more. Jian Yu is also being bound by the immortal binding rope, and he cries out, It's always let it go. Let it go. This time you mustn't let it go. Let it go and you'll be finished. You'll be banished. You'll be banished for sure. But Yin Yu sighs. Let it go. If it's banishment, then so be it. Even if I stay here, there's no meaning to it.
Jian Yu cries bitterly. You should never, ever have said those words. Just those 2 words, and you lost all hope of turning this around. You usually never curse for him to go die, so why of all times you had to say it now? Yin Yu looks like he's aged 10 years, and he shakes his head. I don't know why either. I don't want to argue anymore. Jian Yu finally can't take it anymore, and he cries out, Why? It's not like you didn't work as hard. You're stronger than him by 10,000-fold. Better than him by 1,000,000-fold. Quan YiZhen is nothing. So what if I hate him? Why is it that he's like that, and you're like this? Why isn't he the one who's banished?
Jian Yu grits his teeth, filled with resentment and hate, so angry that tears roll down his cheeks. But in this world, just working hard isn't enough. Hearing all this, Yin Yu falls to his knees before his broken palace and he roars, Enough! I already said don't say anymore. Please, just let me go. Please stop repeatedly reminding me. Stop talking. Please, I beg you to all stop talking.
Xie Lian can't... Whoop. Why did I start talking?
Xie Lian can't watch this scene anymore, and he tells Hua Cheng, That's enough. Hua Cheng separates his forehead and the scene disappears. Outside, back at the cave wall, Yin Yu turns to Quan YiZhen and says coldly, "You want to come out?" Quan YiZhen nods. "I do."
With a flash, Yin Yu lunges the shovel at Quan YiZhen's head and knocks him unconscious. Then he begins to dig Quan YiZhen out. Yin Yu doesn't want his identity to be... Dry throat. Yin Yu doesn't want his identity to be revealed. He'd rather pretend not to know him. Xie Lian turns to Hua Cheng and says that they should also find a way out. Hua Cheng seems to be enjoying himself and says, already? Xie Lian doesn't know whether to laugh or cry. Well, yeah, you want to live here? Hua Cheng replies, if it's with Gege, I don't see why not. Then he covers Xie Lian's ears. Xie Lian asks, what's this? Hua Cheng replies, I'm too lazy to walk out, so might as well just blow the whole place up. Xie Lian wonders if blowing up the whole mountain will injure the others who got separated. But just then he hears a strange noise. Hua Cheng hears it also and lowers his hands.
We just had like a really intense scene, and then there's like flirting.
Suddenly flirting.
Suddenly flirting. Yeah, I feel really bad for Yin Yu. His life sucks, man. Dude, it was so intense. On the other side of the wall of where they are standing, they hear one half of a conversation. Xie Lian hears the words, ate them, upper court, martial god. Then he hears the voice say, His Highness the Crown Prince has also come. I don't want to take this step. I'm sure you feel the same, but he's beyond saving. Xie Lian is surprised the voice is talking about him, and he also feels that it sounds familiar. Just then, the voice adds, then let him end here. Suddenly, Xie Lian recognizes the voice. It is the guoshi of Xian Le, his old teacher.
It's a random guy out of nowhere. Just somebody out of fucking nowhere. There's so much happening, and why did you do this?
Oh my god. I'm so emotionally fucked from that scene.
It's so sad. It's so sad. Like, Jan Yu really also is pathetic in this situation. Like, he really cared so much about Yin Yu. He's been his supporters from day one.
He was so loyal to him. He followed him like through the end of it all, and all he wanted was for Yin Yu to succeed. Like, that's all he fucking wanted.
Yeah, it's his jealousy and his like bad situation in his head that like poisoned Yin Yu's perspective on everything. Because I'm pretty sure Yin Yu would have been fine. But
yeah, because even Yin Yu kept saying like, why do you have to keep reminding me? Why do you have to keep reminding me? Like, stop talking. Like, shut up. Like, stop.
He planted the seed that grew into a tree. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so sad, so sad, so sad.
Yeah, it's so sad. And like Yin Yu just exploding like that and saying like go die and all that stuff.
If he didn't say that, he wouldn't have gotten banished. But because he said that, like everyone turned against him because like he was the one who raised his fist.
And even if I feel like even if he didn't say that, just the fact that it felt like he wasn't even trying to really help Quan YiZhen. It was more like he was trying to save his own ass. It's just, I feel like even if he managed to like simmer the situation, it would have come out eventually again another time. Like they wouldn't have settled it.
That really was that final nail on the coffin. That
yeah.
Really, like, fucked him up because like after that he was over. Like there was everyone was already talking against him, and no matter what he says to defend himself, like they're always like, oh, but you said go die. Like why would you tell your person to go die if you actually cared? So that was really like the final nail in the coffin. And like this situation is almost similar to how Pei Ming like how his subordinate wanted him to become the king and like did all this stuff behind his back. Mm-hmm. But like Pei Ming's personality is so different. Like he was able to handle that situation very well, whereas Yu is more, not as strong of a character.
And so, I think that's what makes Yin Yu so good as a character is because he's so weak.
He is. And that's why he's also like the best subordinate because he's always like always there, ready to please, happy to like help. Mm-hmm. And he's just a really good person, and I feel like he deserves better. Oh my god, like.
Yeah.
It sucks. That's sad. Sucks for Yin Yu.
Sucks for you.
I love their character. I like their personalities. Like I love this character dynamic between Quan YiZhen and Yin Yu so much.
Yeah, yeah, me too. All right, let's take a look at chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting intense, right? When we're like kind of reading through all of it, and it's so emotional. It's really hard
So
to.
emotional.
It's really hard to like continue to read properly because I'm also going through the emotion that the character's going through, and so I stutter. I'm like, oh, I gotta.
I'm like sad. Like I'm like I feel I like empathize too much, and I'm just like, this is such a difficult situation. Everyone's like upset. Like everyone,
Yeah.
Johnny's upset. Yimmy's upset.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like earlier in the chapter, Jun Wu says like it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. People who will go against whoever is raising their fist.
Yeah.
And in this situation, Yin Yu was the one who raised his fist, so it doesn't matter how innocent he was. Like they all just turn against him because in this situation, like Quan YiZhen is in a pool of his own blood. Like he obviously looks like he was the victim.
Yep.
So like
all of his limbs cut off.
Optics of it got fucked. Yeah, like it's really bad.
Oh my god. Yep. Yep. Jun Yu would follow him to the ends of the earth. I know. Well, I mean, after he got banished.
No, he left.
We don't. Yeah.
He's like, peace out.
Yep. That's why you shouldn't let things build up. Yep. Yep. Oh my god.
Don't be resentful unless you want to become a ghost.
So, what is your off topic this week?
Oh yeah, let me pull it up. I read so many. Well, I finished the one big one that I was talking about last time, the one that was like 100,000 words, where it was like Wei Ying and Lan Zhan in modern times, like college age, like rewriting the entire series. It ended up really, really cute. And I kept thinking more about it because but I like that it was so lighthearted, but I also kind of don't like it because I felt like their relationship wasn't earned. Because they didn't go through any tough situations, but they fall in love and they have a really strong love, and like Lan Zhan will do anything for him and sacrifice everything for him, but it doesn't feel earned because Wei Ying didn't have to prove himself in any way. You know what I mean? Like he was just like he's just like there being himself, but he doesn't like have to prove himself or like show how good an amazing person he is or like show how good he is. He just is. And so it was kind of unbelievable how like why does Lan Zhan love him so much? Kind of. I don't know. It's really hard to explain.
Okay.
What am I talking about?
Kind of, but I haven't read it, so. But I get it when like the writers just kind of like, you didn't really like do what I needed.
Yeah, like it's like they because like in the story, Wei Wuxian does a lot of things that are heroic, so it's like it makes sense why people see him as a heroic person. But in this one, he's like people see him as heroic, but he didn't do anything heroic. So it's like you didn't earn that. Like,
okay,
you didn't earn that, yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Whoopsies.
The one I do want to talk about though is okay, this one is really really short. It's a one shot, and it's just one of those like this like poetic kind of fics.
Okay.
It's called I Love You, I'm Glad I Exist. It's by Bing He Carer, and I mentioned Bing He Carer in a previous episode because I've been going through all their fics, but they only wrote like 3 since like, 2020, and like they haven't written anymore. But this one is it's based off a poem, and it's about how love is like an orange, and that sounds really stupid, but you just go and read it, and it made me have so many feelings.
Aww. And which world is this in? Sorry, I missed that part.
Modazushi. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is Modazushi, and this is after the end of. This follows the drama, so it's when they got together, but they kind of they separate ways, right?
Yeah.
So a year later, Wei Ying visits Lan Zhan again. But as he's going up to Cloud Recesses, Lan Zhan is already waiting for him with a picnic basket, ready to like go explore the world with Wei Ying. And Wei Ying's like, "Where do you want to go?" And he's like, "I'll go anywhere you want to go." He's like ready to follow him to anywhere. So Wei Ying and Lan Zhan leave, and they're eating together. And Lan Zhan is like immediately like preparing food for him and like peeling an orange for him, and he's feeding him one orange slice at a time before he even eats his own. And as he's eating this orange, Wei Ying realizes, "You love me," and like that's the fic. Like it's just showing. It's just like without saying, "I love you." It's how people show how they love you through their actions.
Yep.
And like that just it was just such a meaningful fic that I kept thinking about it. Like, and now every time I see like oranges or tangerines, I'm like, I think about love, and I'm just like,
Aw.
it's a really good fic. It's really really short, but if you wanna read it for some small feels, definitely recommend.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really good.
Nice. Oh, yeah, no, I do want to read it. I definitely love short fics where I can just like listen to it in one
Oh
sitting,
yeah,
like
it's
super
so short.
fast.
It's like literally like less than 5,000 words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the one that I found is a Scum Villain Self-Saving System one, and it's called So You Have a Bad Day. It's by Tag Team Me.
I love them.
I know.
They are very good. They are very good.
Absolutely. Yeah, dude. Every time I find a good one, it's always from like the top like 20 really good authors.
Yes.
Same people. So what happens here is that I think I wrote it down in my bookmark. Okay, so Shanqing Hua. Oh my god, how do you say his name? Shanqing Hua accidentally gets his ass kidnapped. Like, I think I'm trying to remember exactly what happened. He was I think he was like trying to confess himself to Moby Jung, and like Moby Jung didn't even acknowledge or something like that. Oh no, okay, hold on, no, I know what it is. Okay, hold on. Okay, no, let me restart. I'm restarting.
Okay, start all over,
Okay,
reset.
it's restarting. So this is from Scum Villain Self-Saving System. It's called So You Have a Bad Day. It's by Tag Team Me. And it's Shan Qinghua with Moby Jung. So they finally like fall in love and they like get into it and they do it for the first time. But it's so bad. The sex is so bad. It's like so bad because like there's no prep or like bad prep, and then
He does not know what to do.
and then Shan Qinghua like literally kicks him like violently off the bed in like a it's just like awkward. Like it's the worst.
Yeah.
They don't
Worst
actually
first time.
explicitly explain it. They just say like, "Oh my god, this was terrible sex." And then Shan Qinghua just realize, like, you know, when he wakes up in the morning, Moby Jung isn't there. Moby Jung like isn't in bed. So he's like, "Where the fuck did he go?" And he searches everywhere, and the servants are like, "Oh, he went to a brothel."
Oh, I remember this one now. I remember this one
And then Seju was like, he fucking what? We
Yeah.
just slept
just
together.
had sex.
Was the sex so bad that you had to run away to a fucking brothel? Are you
Yeah.
fucking shitting me? So he like needs some time. He needs a breather. So he decides to just like take a little journey for himself and just go and do something else. So he goes to like a small town, goes to an inn, just like a little vacation for himself. Meanwhile, he gets taken, you know, basically, you know, where like the movie Taken, where kidnapped from his hotel room, shoved into the back of a caravan and like tortured like all the time and everything, because you know he's Shan Qinghua, he gets tortured by everyone because everyone just beats.
He has
He's
like
so,
the worst luck.
he has the most punchable face, apparently.
Yeah.
He looks like he needs to be bullied. And if you guys look up pictures of him, you're gonna be like, yeah, I kind of want to bully him.
He looks like a dweeb. Like he looks
He
like
really
a
does.
person who, yeah, he just looks like a dweeb who spends too much time on the internet because that's what he does.
Yeah, and so he spends the whole like ride not trying to like save himself from it, because he's just like, I don't want to go back to Moby Jung and have to deal with the fact that he doesn't want to be with me because I'm a bad lay. He'd rather just go find some prostitutes. I'd rather just lay here in this cart and cry. Meanwhile, the other people in the cart are like, we need to escape. This is slave trading.
We are getting slave traded like right now, and you are just laying there.
But it turns out that the slave traders are trying to sell him back to Moby Jung, not knowing who he is. They're like, hey, look, a bunch of humans. Let's go sell him to Moby Jung, right? And so it's just like,
stupid.
oh no, this is my vacation. It sucks, but I'd rather wait until the end, and then I will face everything. But I kind of wish I'd die instead because I hate this. So it's really funny. It's like sad but funny.
But
yeah.
the moment where it gets revealed that he got sent to Mobei-jin and Mobei-jin realizes that that's Cheng Qinghua is like the funniest fucking moment, because like the slave traders are like, oh shit, we fucked up. Like, like they really fucked up. They kidnapped like his fucking husband. Basically.
Well, the thing is that no one in this like story, no one in this fanfic has brain cells over 2 brain cells. Their IQ is like 4T.
Cannon fodder.
Yeah,
Like,
everyone is dumb. Even Moby John.
Yeah.
Absolutely everyone is. Even Shuo Huiling is a little bit dumb. Like, she's just like,
Yeah.
you
Just
stupid fuck.
watching from the side, like, this is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, so it's really cute. It's really funny, but it's a lot of self-pity, and I love self-pity. Mild angst, yes. I love Womp. Yeah, Womp.
I love everything by this author.
Yeah, tag team me, so good. Yeah, so I just like stories that make me get the tingles of angst, and I've read a bunch of others, but we'll save them for the bottom show.
Oh yeah, we can talk more on the bottom. I have a few I also want to talk about during the bottom show.
Yes.
So that's great.
Yay!
Yay.
So let's see. Thank you guys so much for also supporting us on Patreon. Every week we like to read some Patreon comments. So if you guys would, if you use our Patreon's patreon.com/BLHQ podcast. And we got a new subscriber this month. So thank you for a new sub.
Yay.
We are making money.
Should we say their name? Like
Kita, thank you so much, Kita, for the $20 a month sub. Eventually,
subscribing to our Patreon. Woof, woof.
seriously, thank you. We will eventually give out stuff for the $20 tier, but for now we haven't figured out exactly what those are going to be. But we still publish 4 extra episodes a month.
Yeah,
Plus,
you guys get so much bonus content.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, y'all.
yeah, we really put a lot out
much
for our
shit.
Patreon. Like at this point, hundreds of hours of content. So yeah, hundreds. All right, let's see. So, okay, so new comment from Kate Payne. It says, for the fanfiction recommendation that I posted last week, bookmarked, I actually have a rec for you guys. It's called I'd Swipe Right for You by Indefinitely Forever. It's a modern day where Xie Lian downloads a dating app to get over his crush on his best friend Hua Cheng. It's super fluffy and the sex at the end is delicious. Guess I'm gonna have to read it. Yes.
It's really funny. It's really funny.
Beautiful.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's the one where Xie Lian gets a dating app and he asks Hua Cheng for advice. And Hua Cheng is like sitting there next to him watching him like create this fucking dating app and he's just like pain. Yeah, it's really funny though.
Okay, perfect. Yes. Oh man, I would love to see that. Yeah, I really like Hua Cheng, Xie Lian humor because they're so funny.
I love them in the modern AU because their personality translates to modern AU so fun. Like it's really good. Like I don't know, the relationship dynamic is just.
It's so easy to meme their characters, and that's why they're all over TikTok.
They are.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love them so much.
Thank you so much for that comment. And you guys can find us on Twitter as well. Make sure you listen to our podcasts forever on Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
Yes,
Google Podcasts.
Until we die.
Until we die. Yes, every day means every day.
Every day means every day. Let's go.
Yay.
But that will make sense when we go to the monetization part of the podcast.
Woo.
Yeah.
And what else? That's it, right? That's I said Twitter. I said Patreon. I said
Yep, those are our social
listen to our
medias.
cool.
Got
Your turn.
YouTubes. Yep. And as Yin Yu said, it doesn't matter if you're wrong or right. The moment you raise your fist, everyone will go against you.
Bye, everyone.
I guess. Bye.
And stopping the recording. Okay, guys. Yay.
We actually recorded it correctly.
Yep. We'll be back next week.
It's gonna have to be a Thursday because I have family staying until Wednesday.
Okay, cool. Coolio. Sounds good. What's funny is that I now have a roommate. You know Marshall? Marshall Mello. Yeah. He's living with me now. He's my son. No, just I'm a halfway house for drug addicts. I make drug addicts. I give people drugs for free for staying as my roommate, and that's why he's here. Now he's not addicted yet, but he will be. To BL. Oh my God! I haven't sat down with him and showed him like.
BL Drug House. BL Drug House. Let's go.
Yes. BL Drug House. You live here. We're gonna watch
Watch all the drama. Like,
Yes.
Start putting the drama on all the TV. Every single series.
I'm gonna put on the Korean
Every
drama.
single
There's a new one called The New Employee, and it still looks really good. I'm gonna fucking
Every
watch it.
screen.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Like, he can't
His
look
computer's
anywhere
right
and
there.
he'll
I'm
see
gonna
BL everywhere.
download fucking shit straight to his desktop. Let's go.
Fuck yes, absolutely yes.
And Marshall, he's gonna be like, "What's that?" I'll be like, "Yowie."
Just start reading the books in front of him. Just like, get him in.
Yes. Okay, cool, guys.